Welcome back to another college football game from the Clark Madison Gaming Company. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this new drive-by-drive college football game. Made a few more tweaks to the system, added one more punt, and I'm going to try out, instead of a home field advantage of +1 to the home team's roll, I'm going to say a -1 to the visiting team's drive roll and see what kind of difference that makes. I'm going to replay 3 games from week 1 of this 2025 college football season. And these are sort of the 3 premier games that were in week 1. We have number 1 Texas at Ohio State, number 9 LSU at Clemson, and number 6 Notre Dame at Miami. So each of these home teams is going to get a +1. I'm sorry, it's going to be a -1, right? So these two are together, and Texas will receive a -1. For these two, it's going to be the same thing. So they're even strength as top 10 teams. And here, Miami is the lower ranked team. So Notre Dame is actually going to get a +1, the -1. So they're going to be even Steven. So we'll see how that helps them out or not. All right, so let's do Texas at OSU. Each team gets 4 drives per half. So the first and second drives, you consider the first quarter, third and fourth, the second quarter, fifth and sixth, third quarter, and seventh and eighth, the fourth quarter. We essentially just roll our dice. We add them together. We check the left side. What is the play? And what kind of points result? We do have some split results here. So if we get, let's say, a 7, we can have a punt block or a punt return for a touchdown. So there's a few sort of split results that we'll run into. All right, so Texas, on their first drive, a 13 becomes a 12. 12 is a sack on third down, sets up a 42-yard field goal attempt. We're going to read the red die since they're the home team. And 1 to 6, the field goal is good. 7 to 10, it is missed, and it is a missed field goal, which leads to 0 points on the first drive. OSU sets up 17. Zone read breaks loose. That is a 30-yard touchdown run. And they're going to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And OSU is going to take an early lead here in the first quarter, 7-0. For Texas, that's going to become a 10. 10 is a blitz. The running back stuffed for no gain. They're forced to punt. And they're going to be shut out here in the first quarter. Let's see about the response from Ohio State. A 15 hurry-up tempo drive, TD on a seam route. So a touchdown pass. And the extra point is good. So 14-0 after the first quarter. And we head to the second quarter. Texas looking to rebound. A 6 drive stalls at their own 45. They're going to be forced to punt. Oh, actually, it's a 5. Quick 3 and out. So that is a punt still. The opponent is going to get an extra drive. So we're going to give them 2 drives here. So I think that's how we're going to start handling that. OSU, a 14. They have been doing well all along. Quarterback's hurried on 3rd and long. We have to roll a D10 for a play result. He's sacked. They have to settle for a short field goal. And that'll be a 17-0 lead. They're going to get an extra possession. 8 is a 4th and 2. Let's see what they decide. Are they going to go for it or punt? They're going to go for it. They're going to get the first down. They're going to roll again. And a 13 red zone trip ends in a field goal. So good defense by Texas to hold them to a couple of field goals, but ultimately they score with the extra possession. Texas comes out just before the half, and 19 outside run goes the distance, 60-yard touchdown. So a TD run for Texas gets them on the board, and they kick the extra point. I'm sorry, that was should be the 18. I'm sorry, I got to do the -1. So penalty is on the defense. The drive result is a TD pass. So, okay, so pretty close. And a +1 is 7. So they score before the half. It's now 20-7 at the half, and we head to the second half. Texas is going to take the ball first. I guess I should be doing these like this. OSU, Texas, 2 by OSU, and then Texas. So Texas gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They wind up getting those possessions. They just kind of get 2 possessions in a row here. Got to figure that out for the, might just need to get rid of that. So Texas has a 10. 10 becomes a 9. So good play by the cornerback at midfield to knock the ball down. It's going to run into a punt. So OSU up. They roll a 9, 9, same thing. So good defensive play at midfield forces a punt. Second drive of the second half, 8 is going to be a 4th down. Do they go for it and get it? They do. And so we're going to roll again for Texas. 12 becomes a sack on 3rd down. So they have a 42-yard field goal attempt, and it is going to be up and in. So they score 3 points here in the 3rd. It's now 20-10, and OSU with the ball. An 8. 4th down play. Do they go for it? They don't. They're going to punt the ball away. So conservative strategy there, as they do not score in the 3rd. And it is 20-10 as we go into the 4th quarter. Texas has the ball. That goes down to a 2. There's a pick 6. So they are going to take it to the house. I guess I should just say interception here. And for OSU, we'll count that as a possession, pick 6. And +1. So they take it to the house. Texas with one more opportunity here. They're down 27-10. 15 is going to be a 14. So the quarterback is hurried on 3rd down. On 1, he runs for the 1st down, and the drive results in a touchdown. So TD run. And extra point is good. So Texas salvages 1. OSU, they're up 27-17, and they're just going to run out the clock. So no need to screw things up here. So I'm just going to put that as an option. You can run out the clock. So 27-17, they win by 10 over the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns. So that -1 proves to be difficult to overcome for Texas, just like it was in real life. The real game was like 14-7 or something like that, a little bit more defensive battle. We move on to number 9 LSU at Clemson. Clemson number 4. Both teams top 10 ranked, so top 10 versus top 10, there's no bonus. But for the home team, we're going to give that -1 to the away team. So, first drive for the LSU Tigers. 17 becomes 16. Sustained 12-play, clock-chewing drive. Winds up in a touchdown. And the extra point is going to be good. So LSU here on their first drive takes it down. They're going to force Clemson to skip a drive here. Let's roll it again. So 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 is a quick 3 and out. The opponent gets an extra drive. So we're going to say LSU punt. And this one, so if we say Clemson, LSU, LSU. LSU's going to punt. Clemson is here. And then normally this will be LSU, but it's going to be Clemson and Clemson. we'll see how that works out. All right, 10 for the Clemson Tigers will be stuffed. They're forced to punt. This is going to be their extra drive. 17, zone read breaks loose. That'll be a TD run. And the extra point is good. That ties us up. Sorry, that should be here. They didn't score. It ties us up at 7. Clemson with their normal drive now. 15 is a hurry-up tempo drive. They get a TD pass. So they parlay the extra drive into extra points. They take a 14-7 lead. This will be LSU with the ball. They have a -1, so a 2 is going to be a pick 6. So LSU INT, and Clemson takes it to the house. That's going to count as their what do you call it, as their drive. So Clemson 21-7 at the half, and LSU with some work to do here in the second half. Let's see if they can overcome that deficit. 8 becomes 7. 8-play drive dies near midfield. 4 is going to be a normal punt. So they start the second half with a punt. Clemson, a 3 is going to be a tip ball, turns it to an interception at midfield. They also get 0 points. So the turnover at midfield gives LSU the ball back. 11 becomes 10. There's a blitz on third down. They stuff the running back. They have to punt. So a defensive second half here. 18 to Clemson. 18 is going to be a flag thrown on a 40-yard TD. Let's see who the flag was thrown on. It was thrown on the defense. The offense declines, and the result is a 40-yard TD pass from Clemson. So Clemson pouring it on here at home as they lead 28-7. He is into the third. First drive for LSU in the fourth is a 15, becomes a 14. Quarterback hurried on third and long, and he runs for the first down. The result of the drive is going to be a touchdown run as they answer with a touchdown in the fourth. It's now 28-14. Clemson with the ball. A 10 is going to be a blitz on third down. The running back is stuffed. They're going to be forced to punt. LSU with an opportunity here. They're down by 2 scores. There is an outside chance here. They hit a 20. That becomes a 19. Outside run goes the distance. They hit on a touchdown run of 60 yards. And we're going to make Clemson play it out. Because they're within 7 points. So it's conceivable they could hit on the 2. They don't. It's a 9. That's the pass defended at midfield. And the drive is basically going to wind up in a punt. But Clemson hangs on 28-21 over LSU. And our final game of the day is going to be Notre Dame at Miami. Notre Dame has a +1 advantage by being a top 10 versus they're 2 top 10 teams. And so that's going to be a -1 here. So it'll be the same thing. So Notre Dame, the higher ranked team, but at Miami, they're going to be disadvantaged. Becomes a 10. That'll be no gain to the Fighting Irish as they start the game with a punt. Miami ball. A 7. 8-play drive. They're going to have to punt. And a 10 is a punt return for a touchdown. So we're going to get a punt here. And for Notre Dame. So punt return. TD. Good for 6. That'll count as their drive. And they take a 7-0 lead. Miami gets their second drive of the first quarter down 7-0. And a 20 is going to be a play action bomb on the first drive or first play of the drive. And that is a long TD pass as they catch Notre Dame's safeties coming up on the run. And they're going to tie the game at 7 after one quarter. Notre Dame with their third drive of the game. 16 becomes 15. That's a hurry up drive. TD pass at the end. And they will make the extra point. So 14-7 is our score. Miami with their third drive. 12 is going to be a sack on third down. Leads to a field goal attempt. And a 10 is going to be a missed field goal, as they miss from 42 yards and come up empty. Notre Dame, last drive of the half. 9 is going to be a pass defended by the cornerback at midfield. They're going to be forced to punt. And Miami down by 7, looking to even it up. 16 sustained 12-play drive. They are going to score a touchdown as they even things up, maybe. Okay, 9. They're going to even things up at the half. So we're tied at 14 at halftime. Notre Dame with possession first in the second half. 8 becomes 7. They're going to have to punt. Let's see what happens on the punt. A 10, a punt return TD. Oh my gosh. So each team with a punt return for a touchdown as this game gets crazy. So punt return TD. So who is it? Notre Dame had one in the first half, and Miami gets one here in the second half, and that's going to be a +1 as they take a 21-7 lead. The hometown crowd going nuts. Notre Dame with the ball. 8 becomes 7. Another punt. Are they going to give up 2? They won. That's just a regular old punt. So Miami will take their 6th possession. This will end the third quarter. 10 is going to be stuffed. Running back is stuffed for no gain on third down. So that's how the third quarter ends. Notre Dame will start their first drive of the fourth quarter. They're down by 7. 13 becomes 12. 12 is a sack. That's going to lead to a field goal, and it is going to be a missed field goal. So missed opportunities for both teams to put points on the board, and Miami with the ball in a 7-point lead. 7, they don't do anything with it as they're going to have to punt again. And Notre Dame with the ball. 21-7, they're down. 14 becomes 13. A red zone trip ends with a chip shot field goal. That's not going to be enough as they score 3 here on their last drive. And it's 21-17. And because they're within a touchdown, we're going to make Miami run out their last drive. It's conceivable they could roll a 2. They don't. They roll a 5, which is a quick 3 and out, and the game is just going to end with no time left. And so 21-17, Miami takes out Notre Dame with their home field advantage. So you can see here, home teams have quite a bit of advantage, although you're talking about top 10 teams playing each other. So these teams are essentially going to be even strength. Home field advantage can make all the difference. Again, this is using just a very simple setup. So we have our extra points. If we needed 2-point conversions, we could do those. And then just flip-flopping this home field advantage to be against the visitor instead of for the home team. Seems to have kept our scoring maybe in line and on track a little bit. And we added one more this blitz with the running back stuff. So that's going to be a common play on a 10. 11 is sort of the center point of this. So the field goal is going to be kind of the center point. And then just on either side of that is another field goal attempt or a stuff or no gain. We have these here. This is a possible 4th down. You have to roll to see what the coach did. If they get the first down and roll again, or if they punt. So that's kind of a fun little exercise there too. But this game has no name. It's just out there. And if you'd like to play the game, you can email me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. If you are interested in this game, just let me know in the comments. If you see anything that can be changed or made better, just let me know. And maybe there's some funkier plays that can be put in here, but everything seems like it's sort of leveled out now. Once the new rankings come out, it's Sunday morning now, September 28th. So once the new rankings come out today, we can apply the new rankings to the games that will be coming up in week 6 and sort of do a pre-play through those and see how the game fares with pre-playing some of the major games that are coming up this week. Yeah, if you want to check out any of our other games, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com and see some of the other games that we have. We have a full play football game called Play Action Football. There's lots of different full play baseball games, precision baseball, on-base baseball, the game of dice baseball. There's up-tempo basketball and AIG basketball. Those are sort of more full play, kind of medium play basketball games. They are definitely play by play, but they pick up the pace and play it a little bit quicker in some ways. And what else? You can download the demo for a game called AIG Baseball, and that is sort of a throwback, kind of classic status pro type of game. And you can also download the demo for AIG Soccer. So if any world football fans out there, you can try out the new soccer game and see how that suits your fancy. If you have any suggestions on how to make the game even better, you can send that to me. But the demo is free. The download for the beta version is free. And same thing for AIG Baseball. You'll get the entire 1979 Major League season, and you can play that to your heart's content. And hopefully there are things that you could suggest that might add some depth to the game without adding too much complexity, or if there's any advanced features that you'd like to see in the game. But that one, no one has really talked much about in terms of like making changes to it. So it's getting pretty close to a release, I think. And I'll be releasing the beta version for AIG Hockey soon as well. And so ice hockey game. And I also have tennis and golf that are always kind of on the back burner. And I'll just have to think about those things. But I think a drive-by-drive college football game has just not been out there. This game might wind up being better as the game engine for a career mode kind of game, or you play out 4 or 5 seasons or something like that. I've always had that in the back of my mind, and now that I'm working on Diamond Dynasty, which is a baseball GM career mode game, my mind kind of is going down a track, and so I'm just wondering if I could flip that over to be this could work probably just as well for an NFL game as well, and maybe even better just because it'll keep the teams kind of close. In the NFL, things are not quite as far apart as they are in college football. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but I like the engine. I like the feel. It's easy to play, easy to kind of keep track of things and to see the flow of the game. You kind of get the ebb and flow of the game. There's sort of a first half here with a lot of scoring, second half with a lot of defense. So people made their halftime adjustments and things like that. And then you can just easily pick up any ranked teams in history and just put them together and play them against one another in any particular season. You can play out your favorite team's entire schedule and replay that or pre-play that. And assuming you can guess at what the rankings are going to be. But you could pre-play each particular week, which I'll try to do that this week, see if I can pre-play the next week. And I didn't really hit on too many as far as predictive. So this was Alabama, Georgia, 34-16, which Georgia, I believe they came up short in that one. Had a couple different scores for LSU Ole Miss, but the game engine was changing throughout these, and these were sort of like what I have, pretty close to what I have now. So Penn State 27-19, which Oregon wound up beating them, and Arizona did not play Virginia Tech, but that's an example of a couple of teams at home. So maybe that +1 really helped them on the offensive side. What would it have done if the away team had to face that -1? And so then I've set these, set some of these bigger matchups for the coming week. Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Purdue, Penn State, UCLA. Texas and Florida is going to be a big one. Vandy and Alabama, those are likely to change. So Alabama will probably be a little bit higher ranked. And we'll see how those turn out. And we'll try to get those on the table this week. I believe the top 25 comes out sometime in the middle of the day on Sunday. So we'll get those taken care of and see if we can play those out. But again, just a very simple game played with 2 D10 dice. They should be different colors. Maybe it would be better to have a contrast like that, just so you can see it a little bit better. But, yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section. If you have not subscribed to the channel, just click on subscribe, and you'll be notified of new videos when they are posted, usually 1 or 2 a week for me. And if you want to join the Facebook group, you can go to Facebook groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming Company, and answer a few questions, agree to the group rules, and I'll be happy to let you in. A lot of times here on YouTube or at the Facebook group is where things get posted. So if you're like, oh, I've never heard of this, well, that's probably why, because much of the activity happens there on the Facebook group. Occasionally I do post new things into other Facebook groups or onto Delphi, but typically most of the activity around this company is going to be on Facebook or YouTube. So be sure that you connect with us there if you want to learn more about our games. Go to the YouTube channel. We've got lots of playlists, probably a couple hundred videos, and playthroughs, demos, things I'm working on like this that are just kind of ideas that are happening and being shaped. And some things come to life, some things don't. And based off of, kind of your reactions to things, should I continue forward with this or not? If not, then and nobody's interested, then I'm just going to put it to the side. And if people are interested, I'll continue to work on things and have longer term projects that you'll see playthroughs for those things like AIG baseball, which is definitely going to happen. And you can tell by how much time I'm investing in it. It was the same with play action football. It was the same with no huddle football. It was the same with on base baseball. Everything that I've done, if you see me putting a lot of time and effort into it, you can be sure that it's going to come to market. And AIG baseball, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a nicely contained game that will be easy to make some cards for. So we'll see how that ultimately turns out. And I also have ideas going for up-tempo basketball as a physical game. And I have ideas for, what's another one? There's another one that I have, and play action football. So creating a physical game for that. You may not be able to do the players, but if we can put the players onto a sheet, you'd have that sheet, and then or put them into a book form, and then you can have the players in the book form, and then you can find those players on their teams. But the cards themselves would just be the team cards. Don't have an example of that laying around next to me, but they have all the stats that you need to be able to play the game without being able to put any player stats down, but you'd be able to play the teams against one another, and it would be a physical card set. And so doable with 28 or 32 teams. So definitely possible. So just some of the things I dink around with. There's a racing game out there I kind of have on the back burner that would be an actual carded game. I'm considering Diamond Dynasty as both a PDF and a carded game. So I've been trying to kind of poke around at that and put those pages together into a booklet form. It'd probably be a spiral bound book like this that you could lay flat and be able to see the description on one side and the charts on the other side, or see the charts within the flow, kind of working on the outline and the how that game would convert from a chart-based game where the charts are all together to more of a booklet game where you can kind of work your way through the booklet and just see the charts, and maybe an index of just, you can just use the charts and kind of go through the off-season progression if you don't need the learning about them or anything. So just trying to work my way through that. I don't have a lot of games like that where the game is encased inside of a book, so it's kind of a new area for me. And I'm trying to figure out, how to make sense of it and get it all down. Normally, it's just create this sheet, print it out, create the sheet, print it out. A little bit easier to do that. All right. I think that's it from here. So we got a lot of interesting scores here. Home team wins in every instance. And again, giving the away team a -1 instead of a +1 to the home team, which keeps our scoring in check just a little bit. And it might represent better what it is to be a team coming in to a hostile environment where the offense maybe doesn't necessarily get an extra boost. It's the defense that gets a little bit of a boost with the hometown crowd. So just trying that out. Let me know what you think about that. Do you like the feel of the +1 for the offense better, or the -1? And we played some teams that are all top 10 matchups, obviously. And so they were all even strength. There are some matchups where you have a top 10 against a ranked team, but 11 to 25, where that top 10 team is going to get a +1, and that would kind of negate that home field advantage and might even things out just a little bit. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.